All right, so I do believe with that we can go ahead and get started. I mean, they're relatively frantic. Snow, what are you doing? This isn't Act 1. Get out of here.
He's turning into a robot.
Ophelia, no.
Ophelia's trying to steal the spotlight.
There's only room for one Ophelia.
All right, so everybody good to go? Everyone ready to start?
Is everyone good to go? I am.
Oh wait, but thankfully Pizza's not dead. She can take my spot.
Who keeps connecting and who keeps disconnecting and reconnecting?
There she is.
What? A pizza?
Oh hey.
Pizza, pasta, pudding.
Hey, my stuff stopped breaking for now. I hope.
Oh good. Right, so let's go ahead and start off with some administrative stuff, as it were. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and officially start. Thanks everyone for making it. So first off, as mentioned, I want to finish this. The 15th is my goal, to have Act 2 concluded by then. So if you haven't gotten your level 10 characters made yet, or you haven't really been looking into it, I highly recommend you get that done, so that by either next session or the 15th, you guys are good to hit the ground and go running. Second, I mentioned it before, but with Act 1, the final session was an extended session. I mentioned it in the chat, but I want to mention it here as well. Do you guys want to have an extended session, and are you willing / able to have an extended session?
I should be.
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. Now, how long, you ask? I don't know. It'll
24 hours.
We'll basically start, and then we'll conclude when it's over. I don't plan on running for like 8 or 9 hours. And then, right. So, quick question for you, Pizza. I'm looking at Discord, so you can answer there. Are you going to be able to make it for the next couple of sessions? I heard you're having some computer issues. Okay. Well, thankfully you're not late. All right, and then the last thing I wanted to bring up is, I probably don't need to ask this question because I probably already know everyone's answers, but I want to ask it anyways. So with Act 1, I had a very unusual ending planned. I obviously didn't tell anybody what it was. But I gave them the option of choosing between having a more normal epilogue for their character or participating in this unusual ending. I want to extend the same offer to you guys. You can either A, participate in the unusual ending, which will result in you being able to partake in the great final battle at the end, or you can opt out and have a more normal ending for your character, but you won't be able to participate in the grand final battle at the end of Act 4. You don't have to give me an immediate answer. I'm just extending the offer to you, so think about it. And with that said, let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? When last time we fought again, and that was pretty much it. There wasn't a whole lot else. That said, you guys walked in. There was a couple alpaca who were mercenaries who you basically convinced to go and keep an eye on those sheep. So I ran around, ran at top speed, picked up a red orb of some kind, and there was a great big alligator, and it caused Corvine and Sae to be a little concerned for each other, and poor Dandy got stomped on, well, technically knocked down and stabbed with a spear, but stomped on a little bit. And we'll go ahead and pick up there. You guys are in these dark, damp, and rather unpleasant ruins. And where are you? There you are. Oh. I forgot to do this ahead of time. Midnight. How is this volume for the music?
What music?
Exactly.
I see. I put in some ambient music. Let me switch the tracks real quick.
I have the music set to maximum right now, and I don't hear a thing.
No, it's.
I think this happened last time too.
Well, because with Vesper, I took the
I kind of
opportunity.
hear something now.
Okay. Yeah, with Vesper, I took the opportunity to sort of preset.
I thought I disabled the.
To preset some of the volumes. Oh. Huh.
That's because
That's
it's playing through my. It's playing through my phone because I have my phone and my computer.
Alright, well, I will go ahead and just put some ambient music on real quick and then get back to it.
Is that where I heard that beep?
Beep.
Alright, let me turn up just a little bit.
Yeah,
How is that?
that's why I heard that beep. That's a really loud beep. Could you do me a huge favor and either go push talk or disable that?
I'll just change microphones.
And how is that? Is that too loud? Is that obnoxious to anybody?
Fine.
The music itself is fine.
Alright. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. Okay. Yes, you are a sheep.
That was a test.
Yeah, it works.
Someone respond. No, it's not.
What are they talking?
He has to play through mine. It's the rule.
Yeah, I didn't hear the beep.
Okay, cool.
Well,
And
that's
I was
because I can. Oh wait, tabbing out.
I was just being cheeky because Dandy put beep beep, and I was like, yes, you are a sheep.
Well, there's a bird, but it's not as loud as it used to be, so.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Alright, so, balls in your guys' court. Half of that horrible, putrid nastiness that was the beast is partly on the hard surface and part of it's sort of dissolving into the water behind it.
Beast! Look out for the beast! Rewatched Over the Garden Wall recently, so I'm thinking about the beast.
I don't think
He's a beast.
Oh yes, you guys wanted to take a short rest, did you not?
I already did.
Yeah, I think we most of us took care of that already. So
Alright.
So rest has been done, which means I don't actually have an unseen serpent, but I can just ritual him back.
Well, it's not the most pleasant places to rest, to be sure.
That'll be the last 10 minutes of the rest, is me resummoning unseen serpent.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Also, during the rest, since Sai doesn't really need to recover any health, she's going to show everyone the red orb that she found. I found this up ahead.
Oh yes, that reminds me. Up in the upper and up to the top and to the left, you'll notice a white area, and that's where I put the red orb. I put it up there so you guys wouldn't be hauling it around.
I still have it on my
But-
inventory.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying, visually speaking, you guys have it. I just moved it over
That's
Here.
our pause menu inventory screen.
in a sense, yes. So I just put it there for ease and convenience.
Oh no,
yeah.
we've got to find 8 more of these things.
Yes, Grover?
So regaining health from your hit dice is just your hit dice plus your con, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the same as if you were rolling to level up your HP.
Yeah, I saw you rolled a 1. That's a little unfortunate. Dandy, your Song of Rest, does it proc every time?
Once per rest. So you get an extra D6. As much as that will help. Oh wait, you're at full.
I wasn't aware of that. Can I ignore the third
Yes.
girl?
Yeah, I was actually about to mention you could do that.
Okay,
So you can go ahead and have your hit dice back.
there we go.
So, can we use that D6 without rolling hit dice?
No.
It's when you
No.
spend hit dice.
Aww.
Yeah, sorry, no free healing.
Except from Bagwan.
Oh.
It's only free if I drop to 0.
I'll see what I can do.
Someone kill him. I'll do it.
Oh no, but then you'll be a hostile.
This is Sab.
Just watch these weapons independently try to shish kebab Bai Guang. This is
Hong says no.
But yes, Say you produced the red orb that you found, correct?
Yes.
Where's the orb? I can't see it.
It's with Sae.
The orb itself, I'll move the camera to where the orb is sitting temporarily.
Oh no.
Yeah, essentially this is sort of an inventory screen, as it were. So that's the red orb that she found.
I
Yeah,
still don't
you
see
didn't
it.
move the camera.
No, still not moved.
Nope.
Nope. I don't even see a ping. Wait, what?
I hold shift to move the camera, right?
You hold shift and ping.
Which is I just hold shift and press and hold the mouse button, right?
Yeah, and it'll center on your ping.
I mean, it's working on my screen. Is it not working on anybody else's screen?
I don't
No.
even see you ping.
Huh. Why is it not working on anybody else's screen?
Are you using your observer view or your DM view?
Yes, I was on the DM layer. Okay. There we go.
Okay, one more time because I was scrolling around.
Okay. There we go. Alright. Now it's working properly. Yeah, so that's the orb. That's the orb in question. And I'm gonna snap you all back to where you were.
Snap back.
Does anybody have any particular reactions or find this orb to be of particular interest?
Is there a reason to?
Guang would, but he didn't see the door way up at the top, so I don't know if there's any connection.
Outside, it appears the group doesn't have any particular reaction to this orb that you found.
Well, then she's going to react for them.
Corvine just kind of looks at it. Is this
Guang-
the door?
Guang won with magic sit.
Sai nods toward Corvine. Possibly.
It's vaguely magical, but it doesn't have any particular, like,
No obvious magical properties.
12 Arcana? Well, since you don't technically know about the door, it's just it's an ever so slightly magical orb, but it doesn't seem to have any particular purpose that you can discern, at least with the 12 Arcana. Yeah, it's a key. That's pretty straightforward. It's you put it into a keyhole, as it were. It's not an actual key, obviously, but you put it into a hole and it undoes a lock. And it's just the lock and the key in this case are both slightly magical.
I am very certain this is a key.
But a key to what, I wonder?
There was a door that looks like this with that.
Ah. Was that up the other way, where the rest of you went?
Corvine nods.
However, there were other slots. 2 more.
Then we should press on, I think. I'm sure we will find 2 more keys.
Before
Possibly.
we do,
Possibly ghosts.
She looks over down here.
Zion did tell you what's in there, right?
Oh, over this way?
Yeah.
She did, yes. There was a large pool. Also, DM, remind me from my 2-week-old knowledge, were there things that snapped at Sai-Hong when she flew in the water?
Several.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking, but like I said, it's been 2 weeks.
Indeed it has.
No, Benson, calm down your thoughts.
What of the other tunnels that we haven't explored yet? I can send Sai-Hong down with a servant to scout ahead down one of those.
From what I could tell, there were 2 paths that I haven't gone down. One of them might lead beyond, but Zai-Hung and I did not go down. No promises.
Perhaps then I can have them scout in that direction and report back to see if it does indeed connect.
Sai nods.
Real quick, Stars. As Sai Hong steps into that room down there, Sai was in a bit of a hurry, so she didn't catch this detail.
Oh, Also, the servant is carrying a torch. Saihong has blind sight or blind sense? Blind sight, 10 feet.
Saihong's a smart little thing, isn't she?
2.
Okay, never mind.
She's got good instincts, but not intelligence. 12
Okay.
wisdom.
That thing,
Blame Pivy.
that squarish thing, there feels bad.
That sounds like a wisdom thing rather than an int thing. Getting
Well,
bad
knowing-
senses.
Well, knowing what it is a bit of a different story. Her animal instincts tell her that's not okay thing. Animals would not be comfortable around this.
Saihong reports her uncomfortable feeling. And then carries on.
Very good. All right.
Also, one more thing.
She says this as Saihong is carrying on.
Hmm.
There is Blood Hunt scrawled on the walls of every room.
Oh. That's worrying, but not wholly surprising, I suppose.
Remind me what this room said?
The room you guys are in at the moment.
Yes.
All right, I will tell you in just a hot second.
It was something about hunting.
Training. There's the big word
Yes,
over the
there's-
top. It's saying training. Along the walls are several archaic murals and words in Blood Hunt describing to would-be cultists what they need to do in order to be ready for what's ahead. And there are 5 phrases. Do you want me to read them?
Yes.
Okay. Relinquish all morality, for there is no good or evil. Understand, there is only hunter and hunted. To join them is to live among them. To fight them is to die before them. Prepare yourself, for you shall have meat.
So I was essentially going to say all of that to the party as she reads it again.
Move them 1 square over, Stars, and then I can reveal more information.
Oh.
Okay.
Aha.
That's one more.
Clearly, they're not paying much attention to their own writings then.
Baiguang reports to the other, or tells the others, this path does indeed connect to the other side of that room.
As a side note, Saihong sees what appears to be a horseshoe sitting on top of something of a small stone pillar, and it's currently floating on top of a small pool of water. And nearby is a small plaque with some writing on it.
Is there a path down this way?
No. It is just
Okay.
wall.
Writing, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume it's more Blood Hunt. Not that I would,
Can you
not that
see
I'd be able
through?
to read it, but might recognize that it's the same kind of writing as in the previous room.
Yeah, it's this exact same writing.
Okay. Let's see. Saihong herself will grab the horseshoe.
All right.
Gets a magic item.
And Baiguang will again say to the others, there's a horseshoe on a pedestal as well. I'll have Saihong go ahead and retrieve that.
All right. You can control it now.
Okay.
A horseshoe? You're sure this isn't An orb.
It's a horseshoe. Actually, I will have. What I will do is I will have Sihon continue and have the servant bring the horseshoe back.
All right.
Multitasking.
What
So now her visibility is only 10 feet unless there's a light.
Okay.
This is peak D&D, letting your followers do everything for you.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what the stories are all about.
Is it 100 feet for telepathy?
100 feet.
Okay. So 20 squares. Saihong is flying above the water rather than going into it.
Probably a wise idea.
Is there any writing in this one?
Let me see. There was some writing on the heading into it, like around here,
Uh-huh.
but the actual room itself seems to be bare.
All right. Well, Baiguang gets the horseshoe from the servant. I'll go. Grabbed myself. I keep forgetting since you placed these things on the map before our characters, they're all underneath us.
That's because they're beneath you, obviously.
Obviously, I will move it to the inventory thing
Sounds good.
if I can. Let's see, zoom out more. There we go.
Dandy, what are you doing there?
It's a pocket dandy.
Apparently, Dandy is now an inventory item.
Hey, if a Deku princess can be an inventory item,
I
Oh,
mean,
my
you're small
word.
enough.
it's true.
Don't worry, Amber.
I
I
want a
wanted
Dandy, says Amber.
Plushie makers, get on it.
I'll see what I can do.
Also, Baiguang suggests to the others, perhaps we should continue on ourselves as well. I don't want to get out of range of Saihong.
No.
So I was gonna take a peek down here first.
This is kind of comical to watch, like all these figurines moving around somewhat clumsily.
What are you talking about? It's very, very graceful.
It is elegant, the very soul thereof. Also, if you're wondering why I haven't revealed anything for Saihong yet, it's because I'm prioritizing the PCs.
Fair.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna go
Heck.
with by. Wait,
This
What the love?
is...
I'm not sure what my unseen servant can do about that.
How long is your? You have like you can reach out, you can see out for days, right?
60 feet. Dark vision.
Yep.
Is that what you're asking?
All right, then.
Here,
in that
let
case,
me
I'll just
reactivate
do-
that.
Nah, no need. I just wanted to make sure I could do this.
Aha.
Yeah, we could say about that far.
What in the heck is this leading to?
It's probably leading to that place that is on the other side of that door.
I need to find out.
Amber asks, I'll follow Sai if that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Go right ahead.
Sai doesn't get a choice. She has an alpaca stalker now.
I mean, you
She's
can't
aware.
stop them. There's no such... They ignore difficult terrain, so...
I take it you're right.
I mean, it was kind of the only thing that wasn't blocked off by solid wall.
I mean, I figured there was probably a room in here, but that's fine too.
Better to check.
No, I was just not being silly.
Well,
There you
back we
I was
go.
gonna say, what is this? What is this jagged black spot?
To where everyone else is, I guess.
go. As you get close, Amber... Well, go ahead, Amber. Amber is typing, for those who are wondering. As you get close, you see that this is very much what the other stuff was, in that it's... I don't know how to describe it in this like this sort of general time frame, but using a modern vernacular, think of it as an extraordinarily hard foam. Like almost like if you could imagine what petrified foam would feel like and look like, this is what this would be. Let's see. So Amber says, I think we used some of this stuff to fix a hole in my house once, actually. Oh, as in
Pizza.
IRL. Gotcha.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would
Okay,
have voiced
fair
that.
enough. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. It's probably not too dissimilar to that, just a lot harder. But yeah, that's probably a decent enough analogy. That orange stuff, caulking, I think it is. I forget what it's. I forget what's called off the top of my head. All right, well, you guys make your way back. But before we do, are you guys done up this way? Anything else you're gonna do?
I mean, what else could we do except for trying to break through the wall?
Fair enough. All right.
Not much else to see here, is there?
All right. Well, whatever.
25 perception.
No, it's just a rough-made passageway. This one isn't really all that well kept, so they must have used this one for whatever people use small passages, side passages like this for.
It was just locked.
Cool.
And I guess I revealed more information for Sai Hong.
Uh-huh. Wong reports the path ahead branches again.
Also, they are now entered this room, and I'm not in a hurry.
All right. As you step into that room,
Oh, also,
recognize-
Silent is going to stealth.
you recognize that the orb was on top of an altar, and the altar itself is designed. Give me a religion check. I suspect you, barring an extraordinarily low roll, you probably know this.
Who can see this? Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, Sai, she's. Alright, yeah. This is an altar. You know what? Yeah, that's. Anyways, this altar was designed for sacrifices.
No, wait. Why is advantage always on?
That said, this particular altar is surprisingly clean. Apparently, it has either they keep immaculate care of it, or it hasn't been used in an extraordinarily long time. Oh, I forgot to mention. Sorry, the orb that you found It glows a very soft red light, but beyond that, it doesn't do a whole lot. Now then. Anything else to say? Sorry.
A key found on a thing for sacrifices. That's kind of odd. That's all I can think of there. I don't know how to react.
I'm assuming this is just rock or petrified foam.
Yeah, it's that same strange stuff from before.
Okay.
So what do I read here?
As you step into there, this claims itself to be a trophy room. The note on the front of it claims that the horseshoe is ripped off from the hoof of the cow Sequoia Stoughton, self-proclaimed disciple of the Horned Prophet.
Or perhaps we shouldn't question a cow with a horseshoe.
I will.
Give me a quick history check. Or I suppose even insight. Either or, I suppose, would be good for the situation.
Could those of us who heard the translation also make the history check?
I assume you read it out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Guidance. There, I said it in advance. Are you happy?
The writing is somewhat newish. Well, as new as anything here is, anyways. And yeah, that's a horseshoe, and not a cow shoe. Are those even things?
Cows have cloven hooves, if I recall, so that
Yeah.
would be impractical.
Yeah. So
But I'm not going to question it.
So yeah, the claims seem a little dubious.
Oh, so we should question it.
Was it even worn? That's the question.
Maybe it was his or her lucky horseshoe.
Identify it.
Those of you who want, you can roll history checks in relation to Sequoia Stoughton. I'm gonna throw you a bone, Corvine. Go ahead and roll that because the dice aren't very nice to you when it comes to rolling your history checks.
You use your history book.
I
Did you
have
have, like,
read so many books.
Don't.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have a history book.
It's true. You have a fancy book.
I forgot about that also until just
I
now.
will want to read that one day.
So yes, Corvine
Okay, that's better.
refers to her book to get advantage on this.
All right. Sequoia Stoughton was. The historical figure is a little difficult to know exactly what's going on there, but the Stoughton family were a very prominent family, very far to the south. They're a bovine family, and they founded a dynasty that lasted for. And by dynasty, I don't necessarily mean like an actual empire. Rather, what it was is the legends say that they fought, that they helped, they were a decent part in the struggle against the predators, and that Sequoia was supposedly an extraordinarily potent spellcaster. Rumor has it that many of the modern spells that we know and have came from her imagination. So if this is true, and this did come from her, then this is an extraordinarily ancient artifact. That said, exactly how powerful Sequoia was and how prominent of a role she played in history is not always easy to determine. Some people have people have a tendency to, inflate certain things.
Agong? Agong?
Yes.
Can I see that horseshoe for a moment?
Certainly. He hands it over.
And Sai tries to identify what it is.
Well, I
Go ahead and
think-
give me. This is being maybe.
Everyone knows the check.
All right. Well, and I don't think it technically works like this, but whatever. It doesn't matter. You actually recognize.
Well, I
it-
mean, it is tied to a powerful spellcaster, so Arcana could be.
Well, I meant I don't believe you roll a cannon to identify magic, but that's not the point.
No.
He's not using my house rules.
No, I know that, but
Yeah, but it's a spellcaster's horseshoe, so if you're trying
at
to
least
figure out.
okay. Let me rephrase that. At
You-
least try and figure out if it is magical.
It is magical. I'll even tell you what the magic is. It is a horseshoe of water walking. It allows you to walk on top of water.
Well then.
Any ungulate can wear it. And it is not that old. I mean,
Question
it's
is it no attunement?
It's-
I forgot to actually look that up. Give me a hot
It's
second.
the same as the ring. The ring does not require attunement.
Yeah, it's essentially a reflavored ring. So for all intents and purposes, mechanically, it's a ring of water walking.
Yeah, Sai's actually going to demonstrate this real quick. She's not going to say what it is. She's going to just use it
All right, as
and
you
just
put it,
walk onto that. Well, just step on that.
as you put it on the bottom side of your hooves, it actually it sort of snakes its way up and wraps around your ankle, and then around your three other ankles. They glow golden for a second, and then identical. At this point, almost ankle bands appear on all four of your legs.
As
As you
as,
step into the water,
as she steps for the water, Bagwang's like, "Wait, no, Sai, we haven't checked that pool yet."
and as you step into the water, your hoof goes into the water, but stops when the water hits it basically anklets, and then you just feel as if you're walking on a solid surface.
That.
On your ankles.
Ankle deep water.
Like essentially, the human equivalent would be, it's like sitting on your wrist. So your hand would be under the water, but your wrist would be on a hard surface, basically. So it feels a little weird, but
Also, would you mind revealing this area?
oh, fine. People.
You did tell us.
There's a dandy there this whole time.
No!
Stop doing
Too much
science.
science.
So yes, that is what happens when you step into the water. It feels a little weird, but it works.
Is Saye instantly attacked by things in the water?
No, actually.
Ah,
It's never something in Zafara.
She releases the sword, and it points down,
Then this would hit something.
and it stabs downward.
In a strange twist of fate, it appears that this particular pool of water is empty. That's it. As you step inside, above the room here, you saw a small plaque. It refers to itself as a preparation chamber. However, when you step inside, any traces of what happened in here have been too badly damaged by water. There's no real trace of whatever was on the walls.
Shame.
Yeah, you can tell there were things on the wall, but they're gone.
the hollow shape of a longma appears in the water as the unseen serpent wades through it.
Oh, actually, hold on. Dirt. I need to do this. 'Cause I realized something. Saihong,
Yes.
as you entered the room, you noticed something.
Did she now?
Yes.
Also, Baiguang is going to fly over the pool just to maintain contact.
I'm gonna bust out
Right at the edge of his range.
He's getting
Polygon.
wet.
Corvine will also fly over.
Oh no.
polygon reveal.
Sorry, walks over the rest of the way. She also takes off the horseshoe and gives it back.
Danny's just gonna be up in front,
There we go.
just in case.
So take that shoe.
Saihong, as you entered the room, you saw that there was a brightly lit fire bowl thing.
A brazier?
Thank you, a brazier. Brazier just sounds so much cooler to my ears. Anyways, a brazier.
Brazier from Brazil.
A brightly lit one lighting up some of the room.
Yeah, everybody is converging.
Indeed.
Saihong is going to continue slithering along the ground.
I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want to do this. There we go. Save us a little bit of time and just do this.
Ah.
I'm just gonna get rid of this.
Let's see. I'm assuming no creatures were within the light.
No,
Is that
no,
really
that's
is that really as far as the light reaches?
It goes into the hallway just a little bit, but with the angle you're at, you couldn't see into the hallway. All right. That said,
Everybody's running ahead, so I guess I will too.
I'm just
I
running
can see ahead here.
okay.
What? Oh. I gotta protect the snack.
Oh, the snack is sneaking with a 19. The snack is fine.
Dandy, as you step into that room,
Oh no!
Usually best not to move too much while DM is talking.
okay. Sorry, as you passed along the bottom part here, you saw in the entrance there above the entrance the words "the test." And Saihong, as you headed in, and Dandy, you saw sitting there in the center of the room here a large astrolabe, just sort of sitting there, and on top of it seems to be just this rather out of place small stone, just sort of minding its own business, sitting on top of it.
Is it color coded?
The astrolabe, it seems surprisingly like, whereas everything here looks incredibly old and decrepit and not the best maintained, this astrolabe seems to be, well, for lack of a better word, in better shape and a bit newer.
I punch the astro.
The astrolabe is surprisingly sturdy.
I mean, oh,
So
what
Dandy.
is an
I guess I
asteroid?
did.
An astrolabe is...
It's one of those like giant solar system models, right?
essentially,
Okay.
this is essentially a small handheld version of it, but this is what
So,
I posted an image in Discord.
yeah, So what is is this accurate to the model of the solar system that Corvine knows? Very important question.
Give me just a moment.
The Earth is Foenum's flat.
Like I said, Foenum is a disc world. Resting atop the back of the Devourer
Which is a giant snapping turtle.
as it floats through space, eating other planets like Unicron.
Thank you, Corvine.
Not Ultron. I don't know why I almost said Ultron.
Ultron doesn't eat planets.
That we've seen.
That we've seen.
That's what it was. Yeah, Clint commented an orrery was what I was thinking of. Or however you say that. I haven't seen the word in a while. Yeah, orrery was what I was picturing when you said astrolabe. I was on the right track.
All right. That said, I see you have scrambled on top of it. For those of you who want to know how accurate this thing is, that would be I would say either a history or a nature check.
Baiguang ought to know stuff like this for like. Actually, no. Baiguang is proficient with navigation tools, so he really ought to know what the biz is.
Fair point. In fact, I won't even require a roll from Baiguang because he would be familiar with this sort of thing.
Yay! My navigation tool proficiency did something, kind of.
I
This
should
is
have known, but she
Good,
didn't.
Corvine's not retarded. Except for about knowing predator stuff, because, you know.
because the dice say so. It is an old astrolabe. It's not exactly out of date. It's hard for these things to be out of date, but it's
Haha. Totes.
Takes
it
thousands
does
of years.
suggest that the various celestial bodies are in a slightly different position than they actually are. So either this astrolabe was made in error, or it was made a decently long time ago.
Okay. Well, I mean, my main thing was actually if the entire model was different.
It's fairly accurate. It just has some problems.
So real quick, a perception check to try and figure out what this place means by the test, and she doesn't get much out of it at all. Great.
Oh, and again, there's just a random stone sitting on top of it. It doesn't look like it really belongs there.
That's the hold.
Perception finally fails me.
What were you looking for?
She's trying to look around and figure out what this place, what those words meant by the test.
The walls here are completely bare. Like it's like there's not even. There was never anything here.
So you said it was the test out loud, right?
She's muttering it to herself. So if you heard that,
Maybe.
What's your passive?
Corvine's?
Yeah.
Probably 15. Yeah, 15.
Okay. You probably heard her mutter something, but not exactly what it was.
Dandy sucks at the puzzle, so he's moving on.
What did you say?
Also, Saihong can see farther than what is shown.
I read something that said the test.
Uh-huh.
I can't find that, so.
So, you said it was inaccurate, right?
Yeah.
Corvine's gonna see if she can move them into the correct positions.
Baiguang will assist how he can.
Danny, do you have a source of lighting?
I probably have a torch. Look in my inventory.
Baiguang is emitting light, but it only goes so far, and obviously not around corners.
Yeah, Dandy's heading off to his own.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Also, Saihong, still stealthing, is going to slip into the water and see what her blind sight detects.
I'll just burn a torch.
So you have a torch?
I probably do. I'm good with
Most of us have
inventories.
torches. Does she detect anything besides a beast?
Nope, nothing else.
No items or anything.
Did you say she went into the water?
She slipped into the water stealthily.
Okay. The other pools of water were relatively shallow. This one just goes. It just goes down and down and down and down, and it appears that the sides of it sort of slope, and they're sort of traveling downward towards a point that's far beyond where she can see.
Then she carries on, and Bagwang is going to get closer so he can still get reports.
I put my face in the darkness.
He's keeping an ear out in case Corvine wants a hand with something with the astrolabe.
Right, so you were adjusting the astrolabe, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you go to move it, the stone on top of it begins moving just a bit and dancing around just ever so slightly. And there's a small burst of magic from it. And, okay, and... Just a second. There. And you suddenly feel as though you have a slight edge. You feel slightly more confident than you did just a moment ago. Go ahead and give me a... Let's see. Give me a insight check. Add 1 to that.
Sure.
You failed.
You come to realize that the astrolabe itself is, well, broken. As you attempt to move it, everything seems to be gummed up and jammed. But, that stone there's something very special about that stone. It's not attached, it's just sitting there. And for just a brief moment, when you fiddled with, when it was moving, you felt a little better about yourself.
Wait a second.
Self-affirmation.
Did I feel like a hero?
For just a brief moment.
Is that a luck stone?
Why don't you investigate it and find out?
you
No,
don't
he
need
left
to.
the room.
I'm adventuring
pick it
like a
up.
real adventurer.
So you have a torch, yes?
I think all of us possess torches.
Alright, fair enough.
It needs a torch. Also, this button in front of me, or is this a pedestal?
But yeah, Corvine picked it up. The stone.
This thing?
Those are pillars. Those are actual pillars. Holding
No,
up the ceiling.
this.
Yeah, the tiny thing, that appears to be. It's not. What's what I'm looking for? I guess a square bench is the best word I'm looking for.
What a
It's like a-
bench.
It's like a block. It's essentially a block of stone that you can sit on, just sitting there.
Dandy is going to tie his flail to his whip and then start checking for traps.
All right.
Just
Using that
throwing
barbarian
the-
trap sense.
Go ahead and give me a perception check then.
But, hello?
Hi. Yes, Corvine?
I picked up the stone.
Oh, very good then. As you grab it, and there's no. Wait. Is this? Mother of! I
What?
thought it was on the token layer.
No.
I feel very. Right. Yes. Very good.
Abashed.
Right. It is yours to control, Corvine.
Okay.
Congratulations, solve the puzzle.
Dandy, you said you're checking for traps?
Well, specifically trying to trigger any on the floor.
Okay.
He's testing for pressure plates from range.
Alright, as you whip the ground, there doesn't seem to be any particular reaction, but you see inside that room, you obviously can't read the writing that's on top there, but inside is... You don't need words to see what in here. It is a small chamber with murals on the wall, and on it you see images of ungulates standing triumphant over the slain corpses of other ungulates. Behind this thing here is a rather grisly image. A rather grisly image of other ungulates putting on hides and providing visual instructions on how to create more if needed.
Get out of here, cupcakes. I'm going out up.
Yeet.
Yes, a little
Also,
further.
does Saihong find anything as she continues down?
It just keeps on going. How fast do you see swimming through the water?
Her swim speed is 30.
Okay.
And she's delping.
She reached the bottom of it in 3 rounds.
Alright, nothing of
15
note
seconds.
other than that it narrows as it goes.
Yeah, and eventually it hits the bottom where it's just sort of the walls are increasingly rougher and rougher and not quite as smooth until you reach the bottom where it's just sort of a natural bottom of a pit, as it were.
Unworked stone.
Oh, when you do get down there, however, you discover a lovely collection of ancient corpses, bones, of course, mind you, just bones and bones and bones, but they're down there.
Oh, lovely.
So ancient, you could sell them to a museum?
Probably.
In the museum.
All right. Dandy, as you step into the room, you see a reindeer standing there, looking fairly confident. And when you step in, she looks over at you. Oh, there's only one of you.
It's the blue one.
Yeah. Hello there, Astrid.
She laughs. Oh no, I'm not Astrid. No, I just work for her.
Yeah, same difference.
Well, if it's the... Hold on. I don't know that an employee is the same as an employer, but...
Either way, how have you been on this fine, lovely night? Hey, is it day? I forget if it is. It's been a while since I've seen the sunlight.
I think it's day because the council thing is happening right now.
No, it's happening
Is it?
tomorrow.
Oh.
Happening tomorrow.
Well,
Yeah, it's happening
then.
tomorrow. You guys are doing this the day before the council.
Gotcha.
She
It's day because Korvan was clearly seen jumping off a bridge.
She muses, "Is it day? I've been down here for a little while, and I'm not entirely sure what time it is."
Me neither.
You're surprisingly amiable. I figured you would have attacked me on sight.
Well, I don't know. Mostly just making this encounter count.
Raises an eyebrow.
So, when do we get here, by the way?
I mean, you didn't arrive at this point, I suppose. Dandy wasn't that far ahead of you guys, I believe.
Saihong reports to Baiguang there was nothing really, except one monster.
I mean, obviously, I can't let you go forward, but you are certainly at least better than I expected.
Well, I suppose it's time to go through the inevitable. And then he hang on, pause for judging distance.
Pause for dramatic effect.
By the way, is what I'm looking at above me a door?
I was
No.
wondering about that as well.
No, it is the detail on the wall.
I think we saw something like that in one of the other rooms as well.
Right.
By the way, as
No,
Bygone,
sorry.
and as Bygone passes by, Sai is going to ask for Sai-Hong's assistance with the water over here.
No, sorry, it is not. It's not a detail. This wall is bare. That's just a relic from the map that I'm using. That's not actually there.
Sai-Hong slithers carefully into the water. Is this another shallow one like the others?
Yeah, this one is shallow.
Okay, and nothing else of note besides the beast.
Yep, that's it.
Alright. Baiguang, since Sai-Hong obviously can't say anything.
Actually, you do notice that this stuff over here appears to have soaked in some of the water and is slightly crumbly.
Oh no.
Just Sai-Hong notices that, or is that apparent to the rest of us?
When you're in the water, you see this.
Okay. Baiguang then reports both of these things to Sai-Hong, that there is one beast, and it seems like the unusual rocks absorb water and then it might make them crumble. It's unclear.
Sai
back to
has
Danny.
evil ideas later.
I mean, now that I think about it, you're like the first person first cultist I've talked to in a while who can actually form a, who's actually a pleasant conversationalist.
She laughs again. Oh no, I'm no cultist. I'm an assassin, darling. No, I'm simply here because Astrid has hired me to kill anyone who comes any further.
So a floating torch enters the room.
She then raises an eyebrow.
Well, we already bought off the other assassins, so how much would you be willing to pay? How much would you be willing to, take to conveniently ignore us?
Oh, are you talking about those two mercenaries? Well, they're a little bit different, darling. You see, again, I'm an assassin. I kill people for a living. It's what I do. They're just, well, thugs. You throw some gold at them and they'll sell you just about anything. She glances over and then points near Dandy. And who does that belong to?
That cannot be seen.
Well, there's a floating torch.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I said a floating torch enters the room.
Yes.
a friend of mine. Should be here any second now.
I mean, if you guys want to burst in on the scene, go right ahead. Unless you're just...
He's like,
Well, Danny's kind of the one that entered in guns blazing, so...
what?
I mean, what if I roll the stealth check not to enter the scene?
Fair enough.
Baiguang is is lit, like emitting light, so he's not going to sneak.
Either way,
But
let's.
he's waiting to see what Dandy does, if he's going to like talk her down somehow or just get into the fight.
Give me one. Actually, give me 1 second.
Just the one.
She raises... her eyebrow is raised yet again.
Not you, assassin. I meant the DM.
Oh. Gotcha. It's also worth noting that she has a chain wrapped around her body.
Oh,
And on either end of the chain, you see what appears to be small little bladed hooks.
ooh.
Fancy.
Is this? Wait, he notices this, and it's like, oh. He takes out his own whip and says, I think I'm going to like fighting you.
You know, we don't have to necessarily do this. You could just, turn around and walk back.
You, if people are if Astrid paid you money to do this, you think I'm really going to quit just that easily?
She shrugs. Well,
I'm sure she gave you a very large paycheck. I don't think she'd spend money like that against just anyone.
well, Astrid offers more than just money.
Like what?
As the sneaky
Were you
people
blackmailed?
step into the open.
Persuasion, please. As the group I'm imagining the group is all like smushed up to each other, like craning to overhear the conversation and not be noticed.
I mean, I rolled a stealth, so
Yeah, I
So
saw
you're
that.
also not behind
Good.
anything. But if the DM allows it, I'm not going to complain too hard.
Eh.
She's
She-
behind Corvine, who's now in the open.
Is Corvine actually in the open, or is she still hiding?
Uh-huh. I mean, she did only roll a 15, and she's getting closer, so...
Well, I didn't know if she was still attempting to remain hidden, or if she just said screw it and walked out into the open. That's what I'm asking for as far as a clarification. That said, when you say that, she sort of there's a brief moment of a reaction. Why do you ask? It's not really much of your concern, is it not? Isn't it?
Well, Astrid is our enemy. At least the enemy of my group.
A lot of people hate Astrid.
Do you hate Astrid?
The silence is canon.
Roll insight to read her expression.
That's probably a good roll. Yes, do that.
No! I'm bad at that. This would have been great for Eagle Splendor. I really wish I had that.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Okay. For Dandy, her expression is unreadable. She's pretty flat-faced. The Corvine,
Can't read my poker face.
and Corvine, it appears that Dandy is sort of struck at something of a chord, and she's trying her best to conceal her actual response.
In a good way or a bad way?
Hold on, give me a second to think about how to answer that question.
Wheel or
Uh,
roll?
I'm not saying that the answer to Dandy's question might be yes,
But it seems like it.
but she seems very conflicted at the moment.
Okay. And Corvine's not gonna step out right now.
So there's a long pause. Does it really matter?
I think it does. Especially, well, if you make it matter, and how do I put this? I've never been good at conversation, especially conversations like these.
I take it from your, She looks at your floof whip. I take it you're more of the combatant type.
I suppose that's true.
I take it you have little time or patience for words.
So Audi just made a new electric.
Words are important. Just. Also, this has been bothering me. Let me face. There we go. Now I'm technically facing her.
Well, you never asked me to flip. During earlier sessions, you made a point of not wanting to be flipped, so I've been purposely
Yeah.
not flipping until you've asked me otherwise.
Anyway,
I mean, if you want, I'll just go
Didn't
ahead and
bother
flip you, and you can just go back to where you were. Anyways,
I have no interest in fighting you.
she knows her.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me if it's your job. I'll fight you if I have to, but from what it appears, I don't feel like I have to.
She doesn't do a lot. She doesn't put a lot of effort into hiding her confusion. But why? You're trying to get to Astrid, right?
Yes.
And I told you that I'm here to stop you. And yet you don't want to fight me?
You're not Astrid.
No.
You're just someone. You're just someone caught in her plan.
Insight, please.